Some people may call this a waste of time, but you know what I call it? It's called having fun with a knife. So in this video, I'm gonna show you my favorite way of butchering a whole chicken. Now there are many ways to cut chickens. Many chefs do. However, I'm gonna teach you guys how I do it, and just know I learned this from my time in school. So let's just go on into it, and just know that I will be using this chicken in a different video, so stay tuned for that. So right now, let's do this. So the first step is cutting out any excess skin that's on this chicken. So for example, right here, there's this part of the skin here, which you definitely won't technically use when cooking. So take my knife, take that out. And I'm just basically cleaning it up a little bit. Now the first thing you want to do before you get into butchering is basically you need to remove the wishbone, because this will make it a lot easier to cut the breast right here. So the wishbone would typically be right here in the front of the chicken. So basically this is where the head is. So I'm gonna basically try to remove the wishbone that's right here, in between, right here. So if you feel around and you feel two hard pieces, that's basically the wishbone. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to make an incision where the hard parts are. Yep, there it is. See that? Right there, that's the wishbone. So that's one side, so now I'm going to get the other side. It's a pretty tough thing to pull out, so be careful not to break it, because it'll just make things more complicated to cut out. Now I gotta try to remove the, okay, there we go. It broke, but at least I got the two ends off. Put them right here. Now first thing you wanna do, you wanna try to get rid of these little wing ends. What I like to do is I like to go by hand and just crack it. Twist, get the knife, and cut it out. Same here, cut through the joint. So now that I got that, I'm going to cut the wings out. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna lift it up, take my knife, and just go around. Then I'm gonna crack, get the knife, and cut it. And there you have your wing. So now I'm gonna do the other one. Take it, go around, pop the joint, and now cut through the joint. Here's your other wing. So now I'm gonna take out the thighs and legs. So what you do, you make an incision just to make it a little easier to see. Now what people would do is they find the joint and they just cut it out. But the way I was taught is that once you pop the joint, you just pull. You pull on it as much as you can. So you might want to use the knife to get it out a little easier. So I'm going to cut the joint a little bit, just like that. I'm going to pull it. All right, there we go. Yes. Now the reason why you'd want to do that is because not only will you get a thigh and a leg, but if you look right here, there's this little meaty part. It basically comes from the backbone of the chicken. Ooh. So if you look here, you got this little drum part, I believe it's called, I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but I'll figure it out. But basically, you'll take that part out, so it's a really good tiny piece of meat. So if you were to cut through the joint, you'll miss that part. So I like to pull it so I can get that little piece. So I'm gonna do the other side. Make the incision. I can see the little tiny drum piece, or whatever it's called. I'll figure it out, don't worry. Basically gonna try to take that out. All right, yep, there we go. This looks nice. Now before I get to the breasts, I'm gonna go ahead and separate the thighs and legs. So you basically just pretty much need to look for the joint of the legs and the thigh. Get your knife and just cut it like that. It's extremely easy. Find the joint and just cut right through it. Legs, thighs. All right, so now we're onto the breast, which right now it's looking a little wet, so I'm gonna go ahead and dry it out. It's definitely easier to work with a dry chicken than a wet chicken. Dry the knife board as well. Now with the breast, I do want to have a bone in it. It's a very, bone in chicken, it's incredible. So what I'm gonna do, take my knife, make an incision right down the middle until you hit the bone, and I'm feeling around. I basically wanna go against the carcass, so I'm going to just go down like this. This is just so I don't waste any meat at all. So now I'm gonna try to find the bone, which once again, you just need to find the joint, which I could see it is right here. So I'm gonna get my knife, cut right through it. Then, just like that, I have my breast with the bone on. Now I'm gonna do the other side. Just like always, you cut against the carcass. All right, and then once again, find the joint, cut right through it like that. And as you can see, a nice piece of breast. and a nice carcass too. So now one thing about the chicken breast is you have this tender right here. Pull that out, because this just makes your meat big. You definitely don't want it to be that big. So I got tender right there. Same here. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this tender. Now, fun fact, when you have the bone on chicken breast, this is actually called an airline chicken breast, since, you know, once again, it has part of the wing on it. So for my final step, I'm going to do something called Frenching, which is basically removing the meat from the bone right here. This will just make it look really, really nice. So what I'm gonna do, make an incision around it. Then with my knife, I'm gonna go ahead and just scrape out the meat off the bone. All right, go ahead, take this off. And if you can see, you have a nice airline breast. So do the same here, make an incision, go around, then you just scrape it with your knife, pull it out, and here we go. The breast is now done. So basically what you should have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces, along with a couple of scraps as well. You know, 2 tenders and got a whole carcass. And so basically this is how I love butchering a chicken. So right now I'm not gonna cook these pieces just yet. I just want to show off what I've learned from my school and my favorite way of butchering a chicken, because like I said, there are many, many different ways of butchering a chicken. You know, every chef has their own way. And you know, it's not too much different. You know, basically all I did was just French the bone and then butcher the thigh in a way where I can remove extra meat. But you know, I consider this a smart and best way to do it. But you know, it's just, you know, everyone has their own way. You know, that's a fact. So I hope you all enjoy this video. I know this is a lot shorter than my usual videos, but you know, if you ever want to try butchering your whole chicken, here you go. You know, if you want a nice looking cut, you know, this is definitely a good video to watch. Again, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and you know, again, stay tuned because I'm going to be using these chicken breasts for a very special dish. You'll see very soon. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace. I gotta wash my hands desperately. Ugh.